So. Wollen wir die Operation starten? Können wir von mir aus machen. Ich denke mal, ich habe alles, was wir brauchen, soweit. Ja. Commence operation! Roer is the capital of Nordia province and one of the Alliance's greatest strongholds. Make absolutely sure you're ready for anything before we go. Yep. At least I will become a mandatory party member, passt schon. Do so cause all unfinished quests to disappear. Don't worry, you're ready. You can begin at any time. Right, we give everyone in the conference room then. I explain exactly what we are going to be doing. Once all of Class 7 has gathered together, they were giving a briefing on the operation that would take place. However, during the discussion, one point became abundantly clear. Playing the courageous close to Roer would be far too dangerous. Unsure as to how to proceed, they opted to consult someone more familiar with the region. Natürlich rufen wir Quinn. Yeah, sounds like you have no trouble getting into Nordia province, at least. I don't think so. The problem is getting into the city itself, or even close to it. You can't exactly just take an airship through the airport like we did on some pleasure cruise. When approaching the city along any of the highways is a surefire way to get arrested. Not there are any good places nearby to land the creatures in the first place. And that's why we're calling you, Gwyn. You wouldn't know of any other ways for us to get near, would you? You came to the right person! I happen to know the perfect way. You do? You know the Spina by road to the west? There's this little stream that runs along it. I used to fish in it all the time back in my younger days. If you know. As so happens, you can trace its source all the way back to the mountains of Ymir. Hold on. So you're saying we should sail down from Ymir to Roer? Exactly. It won't be the smoothest ride you've ever taken, with the rapids and all, so you need to be careful. But still say that taking that is your best bet for sneaking as close to the city as you can. Sounds promising at the very least. I like it. It's just like being in a spy novel. And you would know a thing or two about spies, wouldn't you? Should we make our way to Ymir then? So decide who's actually going first, so we can only get so many people on the boat. Thank you so much for your help, grandfather. I think nothing of it. Nothing of it. A kind of man would have been if I didn't have my adorable granddaughter on hour of need. And I never want to pass up a chance, put my less than adorable daughter in my debt. Okay. Wurde gerade Post hingelegt. Sounds like one prodigy is in bind too. Can't really have anything happen to our wanton womanizer. We help Angelica however we can. Take care, alright? We go with you if we could. Unfortunately, someone's got to stay and look after the courageous, and then there's the whole boat issue on top of that. Please do what I can for Angie. For me, for George, and for Grow. Yeah. Gut. Bier. Emma. Und Guys. The group chosen to infiltrate Roer, then headed for the mountains of Ymir. There they boarded a boat and made their way down the stream toward the city. Well, so far so good. This far without being spotted. Looks like the British army doesn't have much of a presence on this side of the city. But it's not like they really have to worry about an attack from this direction. Should still exercise caution though. Yep, we on your guard. We just need to find a way to get in there. Let's make our way toward Roer for now. We should end up on the highway if we follow this path. Alright. Let's make sure of the map. Yeah, it's in dem Part von der By Road.
Oh, いいポイントみたいだな。
Ja, wir fischen erstmal.
Ja, da, 大物だ。それ。やった、大物だ。それ。
Warum nur der ein und derselbe Fisch? Gib mir auch mal was anderes.
Ja, da, 大物だ。それ。
Oh, ein Salamander zum Beispiel.
なんだこれ。
Den soll schon mal gefangen haben, aber.
それ。なんだこれ。うん、ここなら釣れそうだな。
私の番ね、行こっか。
敵発見。
うん、任せて。はい。
俺の番だな。み。
行きます。行こっか。
マイ。
私の番ね。行こっか。チャンス。やったね。
やったか。
Ich weiß nicht, warum mich das so triggert, aber mich stört das, wenn Vieh nicht in zweiter Stelle ist. Das stört mich einfach, wenn die Reihenfolge anders ist.
Ore no banda da. Chance da.
うん、任せて。私、チャンスよ。はい。敵接近。ありがとう。そんな。はい。 がとう。
Krieg ich auch noch eine Turn, oder?
そんな。すみません、皆さん。行きます。行きます。オーバースイッチ。敵。私の番ね。私の番ですね。
So. Wow.
やりましたね、アリサさん。
Aber gut. Das war immer noch mies.
俺の番だな。
私の番だね。私の番ね。あ、チャンス。私の番ですね。
俺の番。戦闘終了。先に進もう。
なかなかの出来ですね。うん、つかめた。強そうね。危険度大。うん、任せて。崩れた。
参る。
任せてちょうだい。
あ、今だ。
はい。うん、チャンス。
俺の番。
任せ。今だわ。やりましたね、アリサさん。うん、いい。
That's weird.
やっ。あ、立派な宝箱です。
Gut, dann haben wir mal die ganzen Schatztruhen, die wir kriegen können.
はっせい。
俺の番だな。
任せて。任せ。今だわ。やりましたね、アリサさん。強そうね。強敵で。
参る。今だ。
私の番だね。ええ。今だわ。あ、チャンス。行きます。
So.
これで一安心ですね。
まだまだこれからだ。
Zum zeigt uns, okay. Jetzt unser Magic Trick mal wieder. Huh? Who are you kids? See, we told us. Walked here from Emir to visit. Came that far on foot? You guys do know there's a war going on, right? Wouldn't recommend just wandering the highways and byways. You know, you look kind of familiar. You do? Yeah, feels like I've seen you somewhere before. Kind of thing on rare though. Actually, now that I get a better look, you're not the only one I feel like I've seen before. Well, this sucks. What should we do? Suppose I just have to lean on the same trick again. Just less frequently we have to use it the better, but it sure beats getting caught here. Sure you're not just imagining things? Kids these days all look the same. Can't hardly tell one of them from the next. Breaking your brain out now, but later realized they just look like some faces you're on about. You think? Besides, be on the watch for signs of the Imperial Army, not teen tour groups. How much trouble can they really cause? Oh, if you knew! Oh, if you knew! Wir können sehr viel Probleme für euch bereiten. I know most of this lot would even make the cut for the Imperial Army. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright then, you guys actually to head on through. You can go about your business, but I'd better not catch wind of you causing any trouble here. Yes, sir. You won't find us causing trouble, sir, if you excuse us. Ich habe gerade ein Riesenproblem reingelassen für euch. Aber hey, das sind Idioten. See this place in a while. But how did we get in so easily? Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. One of agree is suspected us of something, so it strikes me as fishy that he didn't even check his wanted list. It's almost as though the other soldier was trying to save us from being found out. I'm glad I didn't have to use witchcraft again, at least. It's going to bug me, but at least we're in. Time to get some information. So what? We need to find out where Mother and Angelica are. Alright. Go on, small room. It's locked. Oh, one of our friends works here, right, Elisa? Yeah, there must be a closer data. I was hoping maybe to get information from Juna and Vance, but I guess we're out of luck. Alright. So was in repair shop, Jackass. Hey, look what the cat dragged in. I figured it was about time for you guys to come sweeping in. Nice work making your way into the city. Good to see you, Jackass. I'm guessing you've been in contact with my grandfather? Sure have. Don't know much I can do for you on short notice like this, but I can answer any sort of question you got. That will be really help. Start with, has anything major happened in Roer today? What should we know about? Let me think. Watch Bild returning to the Institute probably counts, I guess. But I can tell he's helping out the Alliance, been doing it for a while too. I hear he worked on developing the sword arts and a whole bunch of other weapons. Really? It's grandfather's impression too. I want to believe it, but it seems more and more likely to be true. Well, he's always been a bit of a pain in the ass. So honestly, I don't have much trouble believing. Sounds just like him. That's about all I've got on that front, but Gwyn asked me to look into it, so I ain't done investigating. You just watch your back and make sure you don't catch the eye of any of those soldiers around here. Ansonsten bist du einfach nur unser Standard-Trader. I never expected that I'd bump into all of you around here. Yeah, it's good to see you again. Was it Becky told us that you disappeared? So they're both doing well then, huh? Good. In fact, why don't you give me the rundown on what you've been up to all this time? You've got me curious now. Give Hugo a rough outline of all that you've been up to since the war broke out. So Becky's in the craters now, is she? Of course she is. I can hardly think of a more Becky move. But you're really on business? It's becoming one of our store's biggest clients, so that doesn't really surprise me. That's right. It was backbreakingly difficult, but once I Becky's cave, I made it back home to $1. For all of its issues, it's still probably the safest place in the country. Always calm as in the eye of the storm, you know. It does make sense. Even though Fiona wasn't exactly safe when she was there. Heading over there on your own is pretty bold though. You're tougher than you look. Bear in mind, the city is not without its problems. The flow of information is under tighter lockdown than anywhere else. Ordinary citizens can't even approach the palace by foot or by vehicle, and no one knows where the imperial family is. What's going on within the alliance, for that matter, and while it's got any idea what they intend to do next. Figures. They never heard anything about where Angelica or my mother could be. Afraid not. I've taken a few business trips on Roer since the war started, but I haven't heard a peep out of them. It's not like I can stroll on into Rainford's corporate HQ and start asking questions either. Sorry I can't be of more help. Don't be, you've given us plenty of useful information as it is. Just be careful if you keep up all the city hopping, okay? I beg at you and give my regards to Peggy if you wouldn't mind. Alright, let's do one of those on this. Slot upgrading. Nope. Die zwei upgrade ich erstmal nicht. Ich upgrade keine anderen Slots, solange nicht wie meine Main Party upgraded ist. So, haben wir den noch da. Brownia's General Boots. Was wir so noch nicht im Inventory haben. Gucken wir, dass ich eigentlich mal 2 Bananen habe. Das passt. Reen! Oh, Linda. Linda? Oh, hey, it's your sister. Yeah, great to see you're doing well. It's my line, I've missed you. What are you doing in Roer? Well, it's a long story. Got a few minutes to spare? They give Linda a basic rundown of everything that happened and told her what they were doing in a row. So Ree's okay, huh? Oh, thank goodness. Yep, she's our observer and the courageous, I know. Hey, how wonderful. I was happy to deliver good news. I imagine Ree will be overjoyed to hear that we found you too. So we've been working here part-time. The Dwight has kept the academy with a small group of people, and after a while we all end up in Roer. Although, to be honest, I'm going a little stir crazy wanting to go out in such a review. I've been so worried. Could muster up the courage to leave town and go wandering through war-torn country on my own though. Yeah, not a great strategy, that one. You made the right call, as painful as it might have been. By the way, you wouldn't have happened to have heard anything about Angelica or Rainford's whereabouts, would you? Sorry, I haven't. Sure, it could be a little more helpful. Oh, please, don't worry about it. Something's clearly happening behind closed doors in this town, so we're going to keep investigating. But you don't have to worry about that. We can handle it on our own, so you just keep doing what you're doing. Princess, careful. If there's ever anything I can do to help, just come and find me. I won't be going anywhere. You will, thanks. Alright. Oh, jetzt hier können wir check Reprints jetzt schon hier. Ja, okay. Das Guide sagt ja erst später, dass du die kaufen sollst, aber man kann es jetzt schon. So. Können wir Richtung Airport gucken.
ここはルーレ空港だったか。
ええ、前回はカレイジャスでここに着陸したのよね。
Irgendwo hier hingehen. Ja. Könnt gleich mal noch einen alten Freund von uns wieder treffen. Think this is my island we bought it back in Barrehart? Might be, it's not like the war put an end to air travel. I've seen the Lusitania around here anywhere though, not that it comes as a huge surprise. Why does that name sound familiar? It's a huge luxury passenger liner built by the Third Factory. It's one of the company's most famous creations, but from what I've heard, it was seized by the Alliance. Because Duke Hyan supposedly made his personal ship too. Looks like the rumors might actually be true. That guy is unbelievable. He probably wouldn't have dared if the German was in her rightful position. putting that aside for now. We should look around. We might be able to find something useful around here. Oh, no, ein NPC. Good old Anton. Oh, Ricky, where are you? I know you're supposed to be somewhere in Roer, but I hope I can find some clues as to where you've gone. Nope. Anton ist immer noch auf der Suche nach Ricky. Aren't you just doing some force? Good to see you all again. I'm Peyton. Remember, I was a mechanic on the Creatures for a while. I planned on heading back home to Liberia, but it didn't really work out. I still want to get back there as soon as I can, but until I can figure out how, I'm working at the airport. If there's anything I can do for you, don't think twice about asking. I'd be happy to try and help you all out. Und ja, das ist eine von den Mechanics, die wir auch in Trace in the Sky gesehen haben. Von der Central Factory, von den Mechanics. Well, this building looks the same as it ever did, except for the new guards, of course. Yep, most improved your army last time. The Cheddaker did say that Mother was locked away somewhere, but it definitely didn't sound like this was the place. I'm sure that things are pretty chaotic inside with officially missing though. Good day, Lord Wagner. Please allow me to take you to your belongings. Good man. That's... You know that guy? You're not exactly friends, but yeah. He's the director of the first factory, Heider Ragnar. He's also Angelica's uncle. My, it sometimes feels as though the work will never end. Serving as the group's acting chairman is no easy task. It's no wonder Irina ended up falling ill working like this. I do so hope she will be fit to return to work before too long. Indeed. Well, if you need me, I'll be unwinding on the 24th floor for the time being. Bring some tea along a little later, would you? Much obliged. I would have asked the chairman's maid for that, but alas, she's nowhere to be found. But sir, that floors. What is it, daughter? Is there something you want to say to me? No, sir, not at all. Wie er sich einfach in den Ryan, also in wirklich in der Wohnung von dem Ryan Fords gemütlich macht. Was für ein Assi. He's an acting chairman. That guy standing in for your mother, Lisa. Mentioned her being ill, too. A lot of nonsense. There's no way she's sick. And on the side, the 24th floor is my family's home. That's right, it's where we stay during our field study. So he's taking advantage of the chairman's absence to do whatever he feels like doing. But staying in someone else's home uninvited feels really wrong. It would be one thing if he just took over the company, but this feels like he's trampling on our personal lives too. Still, given the way things are right now, there's no way we can get any closer to the building. Yep, you're going to have to gather information somewhere else right now. I'm pleased to hear that everything seems to be going well for you. I believe it was the goddess's guidance that brought you here after all. I haven't imagined what I can do to aid you, but know that you find full support.
大司教より一層精進いたします。それでは。礼拝に来られた方ですか？ようこそルーレ大聖堂へ。
Wer merkt's? Strange, I've never seen her around here before. Guess she must be new. Kind of odd for a time to take your vote as a sister, huh? Sure. Guess the church may be working on its own independent initiatives to bring the war to an end. So suppose the church has its own vast network of connections they can call on. That's very possible. Wer hat's gemerkt, wer hat's nicht gemerkt? Mal gucken. Ist es klar? Genau. Oh my, we're just class 7. Instructor Mary. It's okay to see you, Instructor. Nice to see you again. Can't believe my eyes. This all feels like a wonderful dream. If it is, I don't want to be woken up. I managed to flee Justa with a number of students in Tau a while ago and together we made our way here. We've been staying at Min's house ever since. I'm not sure where she is right now, sadly. Together at one point, but next I looked, she was gone. Yeah, she mentioned that. But there's no need to worry about her. She's been flying around with us aboard the Courageous. Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. Oh, it does. Thank you so much. But wait, what are you doing here in the first place? Well... The group gave Instructor Mary a very brief summary of their plans in Roer and how they got here. I see. It's hard to write the unpleasant rumors about the Marquis and his family of late. Haven't seen Angelica for quite a while either. Just hope she's alright. We better get back to looking for clues. I'm afraid we need to be off now, Instructor. It was great to see you again. Well, likewise, I won't stop you from doing what you're doing, but try not to expose yourself to more danger than necessary. Werden wir versuchen. Gut. Gibt's eigentlich irgendwas in der Bar? Dining Bar? Was ist das anderes? Wir unser schönes Date hatten mit Claire. Is he again, Amina? Is that you? I didn't know you were back in Roer. Well, I wish to see you, though you're going to want to be careful if you're staying in town. Things are generally peaceful here, but you wouldn't want to end up with the army after you, like the Lady Angelica. Rangers after the armies after Angelica? So I'm not surprised. By the way, you wouldn't happen to have any idea where she might be, would you? Afraid not. I do hear whispers from time to time, but nothing worth passing on just yet. Well, thank you anyway. So to keep asking around. Ich finde es auch schon, wie die ganze Zeit so Claire Stream spielt. So. Institute of Technology hat da nichts für uns. Gut. Today must be closed today. We have task around some minutes.